scaling a business is by far the most fun activity that I have ever done. And trust me, I love doing a bunch of different things. I love playing sports. I love boxing. Growing up, I was always a huge fan of video games that were kind of like dungeon quests, where you would go into a dungeon and you would progressively level up your character by going into certain caves and beating bosses and collecting like weapons and collecting armor pieces and increasing your levels and increasing your stamina. And based off of every level that you gained points that you could put into your character and basically buff yourself and so on and so forth. Those were those games were my shit growing up. And now that we are actively growing a business, And now that we're actively growing a business into multiple 7 figures, I can confidently say that this video game that I'm actively playing right now is so much more fun. Don't get me wrong, it's very stressful, and there's a bunch of things that go into it and a bunch of complexities. Don't get me wrong, business is simple, like as a term, but it's up to you to keep it simple. And don't get me wrong, as simple as you want to keep it, there will always be complexities to those simplicities. I don't really know if that makes sense, but every single little thing and every single minute detail needs to have a certain level of thought process put into it for it to actually make sense at scale. Because don't get me wrong, whenever you're first starting, you can get away with little things, and there will be things that you fuck up on, but it's up to you to think every single part through. And the simpler that you can make the overarching, or like the overview, the bird's eye view, the easier and the simpler the complexities become. Hopefully I'm making sense of myself here. But basically what I want to say is, no matter as to how simple you want to make things, there will always be complexities to it. And on top of that, if you manage to keep the simple things simple, like the overview, the complexities that actually go into it will actually be a lot less complex than as if you were making the overview complex, and the actual complexities of that complex thing are just going to be extremely complex. I feel like I'm word vomiting here, but bear with me. Back to the point on how this is a video game. The reason as to why I say that business is like a video game, and as to why I enjoy it so much, and as to why I enjoy this video game so much, is because the fact that it is up to you, and it is up to the decisions, and it is up to the choice that you make within this video game called business, that will allow for you to grow your character into the ideal character that you can envision. Because you have this vision in your mind, right? Whenever you're playing this video game, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I was playing those RPG games, I would always envision what my character would look like. I wanted the best armor in the game. I wanted to be a buff type with said sword, with magic that had fire powers, and I wanted this armor. And I would do everything in my power, and I would carve the path, and I knew which dungeons I had to go into to actually be able to achieve that character that I wanted to become. It's the same thing with business. There's certain changes that will be made in business, and the thing about business is you have to be nimble, and you have to be able to change according to the things that are happening actively. But the biggest thing is having a vision in mind as to what type of business you want to have, and doing everything in your path, and making every single decision within the people that you hire, the business model that you do, the systems that you create, that will actually allow for you to achieve that dream business that you want. I'll give the anecdote that we're actively working with. We're trying to build the largest organic marketing agency in the world, and we're scaling at incredible rates that very, very few other agencies are scaling at, and it's impressive. It's genuinely impressive. I'm very proud of the team for what they're doing. And where was I going with this? Fuck. My brain just got fucked. I don't know. I was saying something, but I kind of just fucking strolled away. Basically, envision, I'll try and not word vomit here, but basically you want to envision your ideal character in this situation, your ideal business, and I guess I remember what I was talking about now. The ideal business that we're dealing with is the biggest marketing agency in the world. And what is needed to actually create the largest marketing agency in the world? It's easy. Having the best talent in the world. It's like the PayPal Mafia. And how fucking Tesla and how all these extremely large businesses went about. Do you think Elon Musk created Tesla and created all the businesses that he has on his own? Fuck no. Fuck no. He has some of the best talent in there. Same thing with OpenAI, with all of these extremely large businesses, Oracle, the biggest businesses you can think of. They have the smartest people in there, and there's a reason as to why there's wait lists of thousands and thousands of people who are actively trying to work with these companies because of the vision and the thing that the business is working towards. And don't get me wrong, they have extremely good incentives as well. That's a completely different topic for a different day. But they have something that a lot of other businesses don't have. That there's a reason as to why Goldman Sachs is the most applied to finance company in the world. I think Goldman Sachs, and I'm trying to think of which other one it might be. Yeah, I mean, it's a privilege to say that you work for Goldman Sachs. Like, whenever you're like, oh, what fucking, like, you're a finance bro, who do you work with? Like, you're like Goldman Sachs. Like, you might as well have a fucking black amp, like the Centurion card at that point. But, yeah, basically, once you have a vision as to what type of business you want, you can create and you can move accordingly and hire specific people, create certain systems, and you can basically culminate this character so that you can basically level it up and obviously change accordingly as to how things progress in your business or in your character, same thing like with video games. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just yapping at this point. Check out thecontentcartel.net.